So we are talking about page 85, and this was part of your homework. We are looking at a map. This is a map of the United States, and you have many cities. You have city, and then you have state. Number 1 was Seattle, Washington. Number 2, San Francisco. San Francisco, California. 3 is Las Vegas, Nevada. 4 was Phoenix, Arizona. 5 was Detroit, Michigan. Number 6 was Chicago, Illinois. Number 7, San Antonio, Texas. Number 8, Boston, Massachusetts. Number 9, New York, New York. And number 10 was Miami, Florida. And we finished that on Friday, right? But what we did not finish was the bottom part. This was the true or false. Remember, I said true is yes, and false means no. So true is yes, false is no. If you look at all of these sentences, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way until 10. All of these follow the same rules. The rules we're using for your preposition is always going to be noun, to be, preposition. And the way I say it is noun to. So if you look at number 1, Seattle is noun. Is your to be. In is your PREP, preposition. And east is your noun to. Seattle is in the east. So number 1, Seattle is in the east. We already know that Seattle is in the east is false. Number 2, let's look at number 2. San Francisco is near the ocean. Is that true or false?
True.
Yep.
Yes.
You have San Francisco and you have ocean. So this is very close. It is near. So true. Number 3, Miami. Miami is in the mountains.
No.
Oh,
Here you have Miami. Mountains, no, right? So if it is no, it's going to be false. False is no. Number, let's see, 3 already. 4, Phoenix is in the desert. True or false? Phoenix is in the desert. Here is Phoenix.
true.
Yeah, this is a desert here. Right, here's a desert. So Phoenix is in the desert. It is going to be true. Number 5, This is a little bit up here. Detroit is near Canada. Here is Detroit. Here is Canada. True or false?
True.
Number 6. Chicago is in the south. If you remember, north, south, west, east.
No.
Oh. Oh. So here's your north, here is your south, here is your west, and here is your east. So number 6. Chicago is in the south. Yes or no?
No.
No, Chicago is not. So Chicago is in the south. If you say no, it is false.
False. No.
Number 7, San Antonio. Number 7, you have San Antonio. San Antonio is in the middle of the US. In the middle. Yes or no?
Oh.
Very good. San Antonio is in the middle of the US. Is true, right? I'm sorry, false. You're right. So far, false. Here is what we would say in the center or in the middle. So if you remember, in the center or in the middle.
Oh. Oh.
So number 7, San Antonio is in the middle of the US. It is false. San Antonio is down here. It is false. Number 8, Boston. This is Boston over here. Boston is in the east. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Boston is in the east. True. Number 9, New York is in the west. And here you have New York. True or false?
False.
Yeah, New York is in the west is false. Over on this side, over here, this one we can say is west. Right? So there's no New York, so it's no, it's false. You would have to say New York is in the east. And number 10. This is a different sentence. Number 10 is different. Number 10 is an adjective. Number 10, the border between the US and Canada is very long. So this is the border right here. That is the border of US and Canada. It is very long. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is, we say very long. So it is true.
Yeah. True. True.
So that is the border between the US and Canada. There is also one more border, the border between the US and Mexico. And this is down here. So the US has 2 borders. We have one border with Canada, and we have one border with Mexico. So, did you have any questions for that? That was part of your homework. Please send me a picture of your homework so I can say you were, I can write down your attendance with your homework on my mind. Okay? Any questions? Are you okay? Do you understand? Yes? No? Let's see here. Who is iPhone? Is that Sherry? I think iPhone is Sherry, and iPad. I don't know who iPad is. Is that might be Fiona. Okay. All right. So, is that Sherry?
Hi.
Okay. Just making sure. I cannot read Chinese, so. All right. So the next thing we want to talk about is your next page, page 86. This is page 86. And today we are moving on to or questions. OR questions, or. Or questions are not very hard. Or questions are almost the same as yes, no questions. Do you remember yes, no questions? If you remember yes, no questions, where are my yes, no questions? Here, right? These are the yes and no questions. This is from last week, maybe even 2 weeks ago. These are your yes, no questions. When you do a yes or no question, you have is, are. You have a noun, and then the last one you have are adjectives. So if it is singular, you would say is. Is, if your noun is she, and then you have adjective, is she tall? Right, just like this one. Is she tall? And when you answer, you say yes, or you say no. Is she tall? And maybe sometimes you will also hear me say many times, are you okay? Just like here, are you okay? So if you look at this one, let's not look at this first. Just wait. You are using the same thing, right? You have is, and you have are, and then you have New York, and then you have your adjective. So is, are, I will call it, if you remember, to be. All right, is and are. New York. is going to be your noun. New York. After your noun, you will have your A, D, J, adjective. Right? This is the yes, no question. But when you add in or, when you add in an or, you have to have or, and then you have an adjective number 2. So if you look at the first sentence, this one, the question is going to be, is New York small or large? Is New York small or large? Is New York small or large? And when you answer, you are going to go with just an adjective. This is not a yes or no question. This is an or. So when you answer, is New York small or large? You will say New York is, and you have your adjective. So if I were to ask a question, Elizabeth, is New York small or large? Elizabeth, are you there?
Yeah, large.
Large, right? So you're choosing either small or you're choosing large. So if Elizabeth says, oh, New York is large, New York is large. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right, let's go with another question. Maybe the other one is the streets. If you look at the first one, it is saying are. Do you see here streets? Is this one or many? Streets. Streets is plural. It is many. That's why you're going to be using not is, but are. So if I were to ask a question, are the streets quiet or noisy? Are the streets quiet or noisy? The streets are. So Sherry, are the streets quiet or noisy?
The streets are quiet.
Quiet.
Quiet. Quiet.
Quiet means shh, right? Shh, quiet. So for Sherry, your answer is good. The streets are quiet, or sometimes you can say they. Both are okay. You can say, oh, the streets, or you can say they.
They are quiet.
Yeah. They are quiet is okay. So I'll try to help you. I'll try to explain it for you. This is going to be or questions. So when you do an or question, first, I will show you your yes, no. Yes, no is going to be using the same as the or questions. For yes or no, you are first going to have your to be plus your noun plus your adjective. Is. Let's go with is. Is my book large? Do you understand that question? Is my book large? When you have a yes/no question, this is your question. When you answer, you say yes, it is. Or maybe you say no, it is not. Now, when you move on to your or, you will use the same one as your yes or no question, but you will add in a little bit more. For your question, you will have, actually, I'll try here. You will have same one, to be. You will have noun. You will have adjective. But when you have your or, you will have a few more. You will have or, and you will have adjective, your second one, number 2. I'm going to use the same question. Is my book large? Right? Same question. But I will say, is my book large or small? Is my book large or small? This is your question. When you answer, You have to choose one, small or large. You answer, my book is, and you choose. So this one is going to go here, or maybe this one will go here. Is my book large or small? Oh, sorry. When you have or, you have to choose one. Adjective or adjective. Are you happy or sad? Are you happy or sad? You say, oh, I am happy. I am sad. You answer with noun to be, sorry, noun to be adjective. My book is large. My book is small. So if we use those same or questions, what adjectives were in the unit 5? Adjectives, we had beautiful. Let's go with what other adjectives we had? We had many more adjectives. Let's go with Hollywood. So here you have your to be.
Oh.
So you can say question, is Hollywood beautiful or ugly? You do not say, oh, yes. Right? You have to choose this one or this one. Is Hollywood beautiful or ugly?
Beautiful.
You can say, oh, beautiful. Or maybe, no, I don't like Hollywood. I think it's ugly. You choose. There is no yes, right? Yes, no. We're not answering with that. You have to choose one. Beautiful or ugly.
Yes. Yes.
You can have another one. Are you happy or sad? Are you happy or sad? Xinyu, are you happy or sad?
Yes, I'm happy. Yes, yes, yes.
If you are
I'm-
using the or, no yes. Just say happy, sad. Are you happy or sad, Xinyu?
I'm happy.
Good.
I'm happy.
No, no problem. Good. Say, are you happy or sad? Xinyu said, I am happy. Good. Are you happy or sad? Answer, you can say, I am happy. So back to this one. If you look on the right, there are some or questions you can use with adjectives. Boring or interesting. Do you remember boring or interesting? You have boring or interesting. You have friendly or unfriendly. A new one you have is cheap or expensive. Do you know cheap and expensive? Let's say cheap. Cheap is, do you know for car? My car is cheap. My car is $2,000. $2,000. You can say is cheap. But let's say, okay, oh, my car is expensive. My car is, let's say, 70. My car is expensive. Cheap or expensive. Right. My clothes. My clothing. Do you know clothes? My clothes are cheap. I bought my clothes at Costco. Cheap. Or you go, oh, my clothes are expensive. I bought my clothes at Louis Vuitton. Expensive, right? Cheap or expensive. So boring or interesting, friendly, unfriendly, cheap or expensive, noisy or quiet, hot or cold, rainy or dry. So those are some of the adjectives you can choose for or questions. There are many more, but those are the ones some people like to use. So here we go on to A. A here, right? So I want you to talk about your hometown. Do you know hometown?
Yeah.
What is your hometown? What is your hometown? Sherry, what is your hometown?
家庭那环境
Can you please spell that?
my my hometown is beautiful.
Beautiful is okay, but I'm asking what's the name?
Name I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
That's
Hold on is city is so far and beautiful and clean.
oh no, that's okay. You don't know the name? You know the name of your hometown? What's the name?
Walnut.
Oh, Walnut. Oh,
Yeah,
so
Walnut.
when we talk about hometown, we are talking about your home long when you are growing up, when you're a baby.
哦，
他说你的老家在哪里，懂了吧？
这个不是我住的环境吗？
不是，这是家乡的意思。hometown，
哦
家乡。
他说你出生的地方，你的很久之前的。
my
China.
home in the Shenzhen.
So can you please
Chinese-
spell Shenzhen?
Yeah.
Please spell.
给他
Shenzhen is beautiful.
What's the name? How do you spell Shenzhen?
把深圳拼给他，拼
ISHEN ZHENG 是这个吗？
Yes, maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is Sherry's hometown. So the questions you have are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
应该
Is, so the town or city, here you're going to say Shenzhen, right? Is Shenzhen small or large? Are the
Small.
people, yeah, so you choose small or large, right?
very large。
Very large.
nobody likes small.
And then you go,
深圳不
are people in Shenzhen, are they friendly or unfriendly?
Friendly.
And then you go next one, number
Oh.
3. Is Shenzhen quiet or noisy?
Nosy. Shenzhen is nosy.
Noisy, friendly, large. Next one, number 4. Is the weather in Shenzhen dry or humid? Do you remember dry and humid?
Is weather humid 那个 humid
Humid.
humid.
Is Shenzhen, number 5, is Shenzhen interesting or boring?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Shenzhen is interesting.
Is the traffic in Shenzhen heavy or light?
Heavy.
Remember
The
traffic?
Shenzhen is traffic is heavy.
Good. And last one for now, are the streets dirty or clean?
is Shenzhen is a city is a street street.
Streets. Yes, this is a street. Streets. Are the streets dirty or clean?
Dirty
Dirty.
dirty.
Okay.
哎，
So
可以
good.
了，还可以了，应该是。对，
Good, Sherry. So when you have your or questions, you have to choose one. This one or this one. This one or this one. This one or this one. You don't say yes, you don't say no, you just choose one or the other. Lily. Lily, what's your hometown? What's the name?
It's 江西
Can you please spell?
JIAXI JIANGXI. Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you the same thing. Is the town or city, the name is Jiangxi small or large?
It's small.
Are the people friendly or unfriendly in Jiangxi?
Friendly.
Is it quiet or noisy?
Noisy.
Is the weather dry or humid?
The weather is humid.
Humid.
Yes.
Is it interesting or boring?
It's interesting.
Is the traffic heavy or light?
It's heavy.
And are the streets dirty or clean?
It's dirty.
Thank you, Lily. Okay. So, very good. That is or questions. Please remember when you are speaking, if you say, oh, is Jiangxi small, large? You can just say small. Friendly or unfriendly? You can just say friendly, right? But when you are writing a sentence, oh, you can say, oh, Jiangxi is, you choose, right? Writing this. But when you're speaking, just say, oh, small, unfriendly, noisy. So thank you, Sherry, and thank you, Lily, for those questions. Okay. Please remember this A. Tomorrow we will do a speaking exercise on Flipgrid to help you with that. Okay. Same thing for down here. I think that's it for this one. Give me one moment. 7. So, okay. So, that is going to be your is, yes, no question, and your or questions. So let me stop the sharing right now. Give me one moment. Your Google. So, can you see this paper? Or questions? Can you see this? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a Google Docs. This is for you, and this is going to be your homework for today. If you look at this, I break it down for you. This is your yes or no questions, right? Are you tall? down here for or. Is he tall or short? So what I want you to do is I want you to go in and I want you to write 5 sentences for yes or no questions. Is she happy? Yes, she is. You can say, is he, is he heavy? And you would answer, oh no, he isn't. This is for yes and no. Next one, if you go down to here, this is going to be for or questions. Same thing. Is she happy? Right? Just like over here. Is she happy? But when you have or questions, is she happy or sad? And you're going to say, oh, she is happy. So what I would like you to do is I want you to write 5 questions. Yes, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or you can go down to here. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the next thing I want you to look at is this is going to be called or questions. Do you remember I sent you this Google Docs a long time ago? I have a drive for you, and I have your names here. All right? So this is Elizabeth. This is Fiona, Robin, Shinyu. This is Yang, Sherry. I don't have Lily. I need to add Lily on there. But if you remember, please send me your email. And then if you go in, you can change. You have where. Do you remember where? Question? Practice? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Right? So now there is a new one. There is or question. This is Google Drive. Or question. All right, this is or questions. So right now, already Elizabeth is okay. Robin is okay. Shinyu, you have it. If you go to Shinyu, you have where. Right? Or you can have or questions for Shinyu. So Shinyu is okay. Yang, Sherry, you need to send me email. Fiona, you need to send me email. And also Lily, you need to send me your email. And then I can send you this or question. If you cannot use this, I will also send it to you on Remind PDF. Or questions. I'll also send it to you by Remind. Or what is today? 4/27/2020. Upload a file. Where did I send it? Documents. Oh, where did I put it? Sorry. Oh, on my desktop. Okay. PDF. Sorry, give me one more moment. Let's save it. More questions. Desktop. More questions. Okay, so there are two ways you can do it. Please finish the PDF I send you, or you can go your Google Docs. If you want to do Google Docs, please send me your emails and I can send it back to you. Okay?
OK。
All right, so let me see here. I will stop